Hi guys and girls, Rose Burnett here, Mind, Body, Soul Balance Coach, and this is your daily inspiration. So today we're going to be talking about manifestation. And if you don't know me, apart from reading the tarot intuitively, I'm also a transformational coach, NLP practitioner, but I'm also an energy healer as well. And I think a lot of what comes up in terms of the tarot readings that I do, whilst they're predictive, they can often bring up signs and signals that there's an opportunity coming your way. It could be an increase, an improvement in your finances, money coming to you, abundance. It could be love coming to you. All sorts of things can come up in terms of predictors. And, the question that often comes up is that people are going, okay, when's it going to happen? Like, I'm trying to manifest, but nothing's moving for me. So I thought I'd cover off manifestation, and how you can help yourself to draw those things to you, because I think it's super, super important, right? A lot of it has to do with, and you'll hear me speak about it, particularly in my readings, is about the vibration that you're putting out to the universe. Because there's always this balance in terms of what you're trying to draw to you. So if you're somebody that's constantly in a negative state of mind and you're going to yourself, it's never coming to me, I just don't believe it, you instantly block your connection to universal source energy, right? So what is universal source energy? And it's kind of a really important thing to consider. And I can only share with you my experiences, not only in terms of my own spirituality and connection to the divine and the angelic realm, because I work from a higher state of consciousness, a higher vibration to do the kind of work that I do. And what I've seen of the angelic realm is totally amazing in terms of the support and the protection and the love that's out there for you. And when you're stuck in your lower vibrations, often what happens is you're not opening yourself up to those vibrations, to that energy. It's kind of like, in terms of energy, how do you explain energy? And this question often comes up when I do distance Reiki energy healing with clients all around the world. Like, how does it work? Well, it's very similar to when you think about somebody, right? You think, I wonder what they're up to. I really should give them a call. Next minute, they're on the phone to you, right? You've thought about them. They've received that message and they're giving you a call, right? That's energy transference. You can do the same with your angels, right? You're thinking about them. You're putting something out there to them. They're going to answer your call, yeah? There has to be a belief within self that you've got that connectedness, but it's also a knowing. It's not something where you go, oh, it's an illusionary state. It's not out there for me. It's out there for everyone. It's about being open to it. So how do you become open to it in terms of manifestation? It's a practice where every day you can just do small things that open you up to the possibilities around you. It's for me, and you probably often hear me speak about it, I get a lot of my closest vibration and connection with spirit out in nature because it's such a natural setting. Yeah, there's so much beauty out there, but spirit's out there all the time. Yeah, everything from nature spirits to you've got a clear connection to universal light source energy. It doesn't really matter what your religious beliefs are, right? There's always that connection depending on where your soul lights come from. You're going to have the possibility. You've always got the possibility there of a deep connection to your soul tribe, because often when we come into this world and into this lifetime, you've been here many times before, right? So is your soul tribe. This could be a culminating lifetime, or it might not. You might be keep going, right? It might be keep going on your journey. But there's always that energy to tap into in terms of manifestation. A lot of it has got to do with faith and trust. Yeah, you can go through some deeply challenging times and feel like you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, that you're doing everything within you to manifest a better situation and outcome for yourself. And, I completely get where you're coming from. We've all faced those challenges in our life. You and I are no different. We've all been through challenges. They can be different challenges, right? But they're still challenges as humans. Yeah, humans here living. I look at it that we're humans, part angel, part human, right? Our soul light is always that angelic part of ourselves, our divinity. Yeah, we're still here to live a human existence, right? And we've got to cope with the day-to-day life, and that's everything from relationships to family to your health to your well-being, whatever it is. And in terms of manifestation, we're all different too. We all want to different things in life. No two people are the same because you're so unique and individual, and what you might want to manifest in your life and draw it to you could be totally different to your friend, your partner, your family, random stranger. Yeah, it's unique to you. It's still beautiful and it's still absolutely desirable and it's precious, right? It's precious because it's something you dearly want. Often when we manifest and we want things to come to us, it's always about improving our life in some way, bringing more joy, more happiness, perhaps security into our life so we feel better in terms of our finances, all that kind of stuff, yeah? All right, so how do we get better at manifesting? I think in those times when you're at the point where you go, it's not for me, it's never coming, right? In those instances, you're giving up, right? You're giving hope up. And I think it's always about having that hope within self, that knowing that as much as, and I think at a core point of us, there can be places where people totally lose their way because they totally lose hope, right? And that's a really sad place to be because it feels like nothing's going to change. You can always change stuff, and it was super interesting about somebody made a comment recently on my YouTube channel. Dare I say they got it removed and got themselves muted. But it just brings up the negativity of states you can get into, yeah, and you can get really stuck there. And they're making a comment about being stuck in a negative state and so sick or tired of hearing that they're going to get out of it, right? That comes from a place of disempowerment, but it also is a trigger for that particular person, yeah, in some way. And you always have the capacity to change your perspective on life. You've always got the capacity to change how you're thinking about things, particularly manifestation, particularly abundance, particularly about love relationships, the partner you want to draw to you, all those kinds of things. You've always, at any moment, got the power within you to change your perspective, yeah? Change how you're looking at things, bring more hope into your whole being, your whole life, right? Hope is free, yeah. It's an intrinsic part of who we are as humans and angels, dare I say. It's what makes us keep going, yeah. It's what makes us keep going. What underpins that hope is faith and trust in the unknowing, the things that you don't know. Your opportunities, you might be going, it's never coming to me, and it's literally just around the corner, waiting to come to you, yeah. I am going to do one on divine timing, so keep an eye out on that because, often what happens is that your life might need to align with another life that you've got to, that you both, in terms of like love relationships, if you're trying to draw a soulmate to you, both those paths have got to synchronize. That's divine timing. You're manifesting it. Your energy you're putting out there to the universe, if you want to draw a soulmate to you, is you're absolutely manifesting it. Universe is trying to respond in kind. That soulmate partner that you're trying to draw to you is also on a path of synchronization to be ready for your paths to intersect, yeah? But if you're somebody that's going, it's never happening for me, I'm not going to put myself out there, well, how are they ever going to meet you, right? So there's also a point of action that you've got to take towards your own manifestation, your own goals, your own dreams. In terms of how do you do it energetically is always keeping your heart space, what you want to draw to you. Always know that that's there for you. It's never not there for you. It always is. If somebody else can have that, so can you. It's about creating that abundance mindset that it's not limited, that it is unlimited. Yeah. And how do you do that? And there's places where you can be challenged, totally challenged, and you go, I just can't see it. Yeah. And I think apart from coming back to a place of not trying to, but bring yourself back into emotional balance, because often that can underpin the anxiety, the fear, the doubt that says it's not coming to me, yeah? It's about continually creating that state of inner peace and balance within self. That's a practice, yeah? In terms of abundance, one of the things that always brings me back to abundance mindset is just being out in nature. It's one of the free things you can do at any time, right? And being totally present in that space and looking at all the beauty around you, whether it's waves crashing, whether it's the fresh air, whether it's the crispness of the air. Rain can be beautiful, right? It can be, I've gone on walks, right? This is in wintertime. We're going into winter here, but we've just come through summer. And I can remember getting blown about. I had my umbrella, went inside out, right? I've gone, I can't give up on the umbrella. But it was a very joyful moment in a totally different way because it was so raw and so wild. It just reminded me of how powerful nature is, how we're so small in that instant, but it's so alive. You feel so alive, yeah. And there is so much more out there than just us. There is so much universal, the universal source energy is 1,000 times more powerful than man. It's 1,000 times more powerful than any effort you can make. It can shift all sorts of things, particularly with your flow, your money flow, anything in your life. It'll often sweep stuff out of our life that shouldn't be in it, right? That's a different type of source energy coming in, yeah, to get you on the right path. So manifestation, it's about really consistently, and what you want to manifest might change over time. It might change regularly, depending on what you want. But I think at a core place, we often have a couple of things that are really dear to us that we want to improve in our life, that we want to draw to us, yeah. A lot of it for most people is their financial situation, because I know that's such a stress and worry for a lot of people. It can be love. It can be just a beautiful, happy family. It might be travel. It could be all sorts of things. It might be you want your business to fully support you, or to take off, or to follow your dreams and goals. And it can be all sorts of things, yeah. How do you manifest? You put it into written form in some way. I've got whiteboards surrounded me, right? When you make it real, when you say it out loud to friends, when you put it out there in terms of, you might write it in your journal, you might write it on a piece of paper and put it under your crystals, you might put it somewhere sacred. It's about bringing it into your reality and going, you know what? Whether or not you know that it's going to come to you, whether or not there's a whole lot of uncertainty about it coming to you. When you write it down, it makes it real. When you write it down, it puts the vibration out into the universe. When you think about it in a positive way, it puts the vibration out into the universe. When you pray for it, any practice that you do, whether you read your own tarot cards, and look at answers coming through from spirit. If you meditate and talk to spirit, there's all sorts of ways of putting those vibrations out to the universe. You can walk along in nature, and as you're walking along, ask for what you want to your spirit guides, to the angelic realm, to God, whoever it is you believe in, right? There are no set rules to it, but it's about expressing it out, and putting those vibrations out to draw it to you. And then there's a point where you've just got to let go. Yeah, you've got to let go. Let go of the anxiety, let go of the fear. And, divine timing is always in play, always, right? But the more that you keep putting those vibrations out there, have that positivity, we also have to take action ourselves. You can't expect stuff to just come to you and just drop in your lap without taking action yourself, whether it's action to build yourself up, your own personal development in how you show up in the world, being more positive in daily life, being appreciative, grateful for the opportunities that are around you, for the people that are around you, for your friendships, food on the table, shelter over your head, whatever it is, being grateful for small things. And it's about creating that abundance mindset, letting go of the fear and doubt. And, that'll always be there. It's just human nature. Fear and doubt will always be there. But it's about getting comfortable with uncertainty, getting comfortable with the unknown, having a belief in something bigger than yourself, trust and faith that the angels are listening to you. They are responding. They might just need a little bit more time. All right, my darlings, much love, much light. Namaste.